Hello, people. This is another inebriation adventure, and I'm going to be partaking with Jefferson's Ocean. It's a bourbon that's aged at sea. It's going to run you anywhere between, I say, 70 to 90, maybe $100, but it's in that price range. And it's a bourbon that's been to 25 different ports, 5 continents, and it crosses the equator 3 to 4 times, give or take. I think the people who created it says, because of the swirl, your bourbons, you swirl your whiskeys. They were like, I wonder what it would be like if we put it in the ocean, let the ocean swirl it. So I've never had it. I've heard that it's pretty great, but I'm going to try it because, I'm starting to turn into a whiskey, bourbon, scotch snob. I'm not that yet, but I'm getting there. So we're going to try some of this 90 proof, 80% alcohol, 40% alcohol bourbon. Let's see what it's like. I gotta stop just wasting. I pour a little bit for the homies, they're at sea, very at sea. But okay, one thing you gotta do for me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always that you gotta swirl it. And the reason you want to swirl it is so you can let out the aromas and the smells and get the full body experience of the bourbon. Ooh. Every time I smell a bourbon, or more than anything, I always smell like cherries. I don't know why. Some of them, the ethanol, the alcohol comes out like a lot. This one, yeah, this is cherry in the alcohol. A lot of times when I just smell the alcohol, all I smell is the alcohol. I don't smell any flavor, but I smell the flavor, the aroma. And for the first time, I'm getting better at my sniffing. I sniff smoke, but I don't know what it's going to taste like. And one thing I've noticed that if you pour a whiskey, a bourbon, scotch, whatever you want to call them, and let them sit for a while, usually it'll open up and it'll just smell different. And what they call it, the glass of Glencairn, it facilitates that excellently. So let's try it. Ooh, I don't know. It's like what amazes me. I've tasted a lot of scotches and I tasted a lot of bourbons, and what amazes me, sometimes the scotch will be sweeter than even some of the bourbons, which is weird. You would think that it'll always be that bourbon the sweetest, but like this one, the first thing that I taste when I taste it is the spices, cinnamon, cinnamon. I don't know how to say it. I'm just trying to fit the words together, but it's cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Say it again.
It's cinnamon.
Cinnamon's Toast Crunch. But it's a yeah, it's just really good. I mean, I've been blessed with some. You know what? I really want to say this sucks. I can't but I'm always looking for to be the Debbie Downer. Like, man, this is not good. But I've been amazed by a lot of these whiskeys that's made around the world. The bourbons, the scotches, the ryes. Like, some of them are so awesome. Like, this is great. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what it tastes like. Hold on. Okay, it's another one of those smoky ones. I love that smoky aroma, that wood flavor. Like, did you put the barrels on fire or something? I love that, but it's not like, to me. If you're not 100 proof or something, that it's very rare that I'll get that bite. But you'll feel the warmth, and like, to me, at this time, how I'm taking it, the finish is not strong. I'm not feeling that burn go down my throat, but I can taste it in my mouth, and I taste the warmth in my mouth. Some of them, this is what I'm starting to notice this. Sometimes you drink a whiskey and you'll taste it in your mouth, the warmth. Other times you taste it going down your throat, which I call the finish. When it goes in my throat and I feel the warmth right here, I feel like Darth Vader wants to come out. My voice wants to change, and I want to turn into Anakin after the fire. But at this time, I'm Anakin before the fire. So no high pitched voice. I want more, but I know that I shouldn't. I'm joking. But yeah, what I taste. Let me try it again. See if I can. Okay, I've discovered raisiny. It's raisiny cinnamon. I gotta start putting more. I said that's why I guess I gotta try more foods so I can tell you what it tastes like. It's raisiny pecan smoky cinnamon meat cinnamon meat. I don't know. Cinnamon. I can say cinnamon, but it's like it is cinnamon meat. Is it cinnamon knee? Is it cinnamon like cinnamon? Is it what's it? Clyde Barker? What do they call it? The Cinnabites? I don't know what it is. So yeah, I don't know y'all with that. But this is what it is. I'm sorry to say, this is pleasurable. The Cinnabites like pain pleasure. This ain't giving you no pain, but it's giving you a lot of pleasure. So if you got to take a little bit of pain to get to this pleasure, it's pretty darn good. Yeah, I think they should take it more from mouth to see because it sort of turned out to be a good bourbon. That's just what I think. I think it's raisin in me, cinnamon knee sounds the best, right? Cinnamon knee. I'll try to figure out how to say it to sound correct, but I gotta Google it. Google is your friend. Look it up. If you don't know what something means, Google it. Like I didn't know a lot about Jefferson's Ocean before I tried it today. I didn't know that they took it across the equator 3 or 4 times. This was great. I've been to a lot of continents, but dang, we're on the same page. I've been to 25 ports. I was a sailor, if you didn't know. Been around the world. I still fight my baby. But this is actually very, very good. Like one thing I love about whiskey, because I'm a avid connoisseur of beer. If you want to talk about beer, stouts, pilsners, IPAs, pale ales, I can get into that. Wheats. I can talk about that. Any other beer you want to talk about, I can talk about it. Some of my closest friends are brewers. But the difference between a spirit, a whiskey, and the beers is that all you need is a sip of this, and you're like almost 3 or 4 sips, you're close to heaven. Where it take you 3 or 4 beers to get close to heaven. So I always recommend people. I don't know if you like alcohol or don't. I enjoy it. I enjoy inebriation, just like I enjoy fine food and great friends and beautiful women and beautiful cars. I thought I didn't hear Tesla. Maybe you sponsor me, Elon. I'm joking, but yeah, traveling my TARDIS. But this is good. This is one of those whiskeys those bourbons, because people delineate that if you can get it, I recommend you trying this. I mean, it's good. Like I'm astounded. Like some of the ones that cost $200, $300, they don't be great. But when you get into that 50 to 100 price range, it's like some of the best whiskeys that you can have. And somebody's cutting their grass. I don't know if you can hear it, but I tell you, because I live in a place where the neighbors like to take care of their environment, and you should too. Keep your house clean. Keep your whiskey clean. So don't drink and drive. If you do, get a Tesla that can drive for you and be sitting in the back seat. Be like, it drove it, the car did it. I'm joking. But this is good. I recommend it. Can't go wrong with this. And yeah, the cinnamon, the spice, the raisin, the smokiness is there. Hey, it's good. It's good. I share it with friends. This is a shareable. I'm gonna add that from now on. Is it shareable or non-shareable? So you shouldn't want to. Okay. We're gonna change it. Shareable, non-shareable, and givable. So when something is good, you share with people. When something sucks, you don't share it. But givable is when somebody that don't really appreciate whiskey, but they always asking you for a drink, you give it to them. So you know what I'm saying. So this is a shareable. This is a shareable. And I gotta start finding the givables. So I got a friend. Hey man, can you pour me a glass? We'll give him some of this because it sucks. All right, I'm done. You should try some more of this Jefferson at Sea. It's great. It's great bourbon, and you can't go wrong with it. And I'm about to get back to my drinking, and you should get back to your drinking if you're not drinking, because if you're not drinking, you're missing out.
We built this bourbon. Built this bourbon on the ocean.
All right. Okay.